Hello, Mihaela. Hello, dear.
Hello, my dear Dobroslawa. It's a pleasure and a great honor to be here with you today.
I was so excited today of having the interview with you because I remember when I first saw you. I think you don't know when I first saw you.
No, please remind me.
I saw you the first time when we both were speakers at TimeWaver Congress, the international one, 2 years ago online. And
Okay.
you were having a lecture and I was having a lecture. I don't remember who was the first, but I remember the very big impression I had watching your lecture. And I was thinking on that day, because you inspired me very much, that there will be one day when I invite you to my conference in Poland. And voila, here we are.
So, you put an intention because we were during the pandemic. That's why we were holding the TimeWaver World Congress online.
Yes.
But you see how important it is that doesn't matter the time, doesn't matter the time, the what is going on in the world. When we are on the same page, you can feel it because you felt me and I felt you from a big distance that we are on the same page.
Yes, immediately. And that's why I want to thank you so much. And I'm very honored that you accepted this invitation to, I will say, our first International Holistic Congress TimeWaver and Healy,
Yeah.
which I organized here in Poland, in Poznań, November 18. And you gave me this honor, and I'm very, very happy because of that, that you will be the speaker of this big event.
It's my pleasure because when we talked about you took this decision to organize this holistic congress, we both shared the necessity to share our experience working with TimeWaver and Healy, how we work, what results we have. Because if we just keep this amazing work just for us, people won't know that there are some such devices that can help them gain a better life, better health, better business results.
Exactly. This is the intention actually behind this event, because there are events for Healy and there are also events for TimeWaver, but there is no such a tradition to put our two communities together, and actually we belong together. TimeWaver is a base for Healy, so we belong together from the early beginning, from the first actually breath of Healy was with TimeWaver background. And it is important that we first connect, and second, that what you said, that we share our experience from the point of view of TimeWaver users, therapists, and first of all, share all the changes we experienced with our clients and patients. This is also very important for me, for you. But let me first introduce you for the Polish audience. And I was thinking maybe I will do it in Polish.
As you wish, because I'm very excited, I'm very enthusiastic to come and to meet your colleagues in your community?
Thank you. So I will switch in Polish now. Witajcie, moi drodzy. Nazywam się Dobrosława Kwiatkowska i dzisiaj występuję w takiej odsłonie z jednej strony jako terapeutka TimeWavera, z drugiej strony jako pomysłodawczyni i organizatorka pierwszego holistycznego międzynarodowego kongresu TimeWaver Healy i również jako dystrybutor urządzeń TimeWaver w Polsce. Mam niesamowitą przyjemność dzisiaj rozmawiać z dr Mihaelą Stroe, która będzie jedną z naszych prelegentek tego wydarzenia 18 listopada w Polsce. Dr Mihaela Stroe jest bardzo znaną osobą w Rumunii, jest autorką wielu książek, szczególnie jej takie mocne zaplecze to jest rozwój osobisty, rozwój marki osobistej. W zasadzie jest pierwszą badaczką w ogóle marki osobistej w Rumunii. Doktor Mihaela Stroe przede wszystkim, co jest ważne dla nas, użytkowników urządzeń TimeWaver i Healy, od 2017 pracuje z urządzeniem TimeWaver Pro i ma na swoim koncie spektakularne wręcz transformacje i ludzi, ale też organizacji. Myślę, że sama za chwileczkę więcej o tym opowie. Ja jestem bardzo szczęśliwa, że będzie jedną z naszych prelegentek, ponieważ ma niesamowite doświadczenie pracy z ludźmi i będzie mogła przede wszystkim podzielić się z Wami tym doświadczeniem, jak praca z TimeWaverem zmienia i wnosi wartość w życie człowieka. My dear, I was thinking while talking about you that maybe you'd like also to share something what from your point of view is important for the audience to know from your path, the important steps on your path which brought you here where you are now.
It's a very good question because all our journey, what we encountered on our professional journey, is important. So me as a profession, I am a sociologist, which means sociology deals with groups. So since my university years, I started to train people, organizing a lot of trainings on communication because I specialized in my PhD in a very specific domain, which it is my passion and I love it so much. You know, it's called nonverbal communication because we communicate with our words, but also we communicate with our body language. So I was very interested in this domain and I did a PhD. I studied 12 years, a specific area, which I like very much. And I call it, this area, I call it impression management. Because when you meet a person, in our brain, we have two little spots in our brain where this first impression is organized at unconscious level. This takes, let's say, before the person is saying some words, we just see the person, okay? And after that, we gather information from what we see, what the person is saying, what clothing the person has, and we confirm after that at conscious level our first impression. But the first one is unconscious because we feel in very, very subtle moment the energy that the other person is projecting. So I arrived to my PhD from my pure curiosity. And I was very curious to understand how we can decode another person. And like that, I trained many people many years. And I noticed something, my dear Dobroslawa. What I notice, people, then they don't make change. They don't change immediately from the inside out, from inside out. They don't take personal decision to change very quickly. They take a lot of time to make a change, to, for example, to have a different lifestyle, to have a different diet, or to have different habits. And I always was very curious to find out instruments, devices to support, to help my clients to make these changes faster. So like that, in 2017, I encountered TimeWaver devices. In that moment, because I was working with the information field since 2007. I need to make this, to specify this, because I was always interested in the part of the universe that we cannot see, that is invisible. So I was connected with the information field, but I never thought that technology and quantum physics will evolve so quickly, so rapidly, to have direct access to TimeWaver devices. So imagine, in 2017, I was like a kid in front of a big wall with candies.
You know, I can imagine perfectly, because I know that you know, because we shared the story.
Yeah.
I had the same experience. It was like, wow, it's there, like a girl coming into the huge supermarket somewhere, you know, in some paradise for children. And it's there. That what you always dreamed about, it's there. And you can have access to this.
Yeah. And in that moment, I was already a believer in the invisible realm, or how you say, the invisible reality. TimeWaver helped me and is helping me since, me and my clients, to have much clarity, the clarity that we gain after we have a TimeWaver analysis. This clarity is so precious that I cannot put a sum or this amount of money to equal this clarity of your limiting beliefs. So they appear, you can see them, you can perceive them. Again, we speak about perception, yeah. We can perceive them in the real world, and we can work exactly on the let's say on the obstacle that is in front of your intention or your desire. This clarity brings rapid results, because we don't lose time anymore and we don't lose energy.
Exactly. This is this huge advantage of working with TimeWaver, that we don't need to work it out with the let's say, for our clients, with the psychotherapist through next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We have this clarity available now, and we can support people to not only see, not only touch their potential without these beliefs, which actually are very often like a cage.
Yeah.
We don't need for this, yes, it can happen much quicker. Still, of course, with a respect to the way of, let's say, metabolizing things through our patients, clients, of course, because each of them is metabolizing the change in a different way, but it is happening much quicker than on the traditional way. I'm very happy that you mentioned this.
Yes, I can give you an example. When I did a TimeWaver analysis with one of my business clients, he was so surprised. People are positively surprised because if a person, for example, is doing psychotherapy for 10 years, let's take this example, and you speak and you bring from the subconscious mind into the light of the consciousness, limiting beliefs, emotional blockages, wrong doctrines, you bring them, but you need a lot of time. This specific client told me, what you offered me today saved me 10 years of psychotherapy. And it's a metaphor, of course, but I felt I made a calibration of his enthusiasm that now he knows how to say, very clear, very specific, where to focus on his personal development. Because all the time, you know, when we do TimeWaver analysis, our clients, they leave our office with a plan, a specific plan with specific steps, very personalized, to work on them and to do actions immediately.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and this is the, let's say, the magic of TimeWaver, that we have the clarity of the information field, plus the concrete actions that our clients take after they meet with us. Because without actions, without doing actions, my dear Dobroslawa, we cannot make change.
No.
And the topic that I specialized in the last 14 years, and I would love to share with our audience in Poland in November 18th, is that the change that a person needs to do, it's an attitude change.
Yes.
Which attitude? Everybody, they ask me, which attitude are you speaking about? And I say, I speak about the attitude towards yourself.
Exactly. I'm very happy that you mentioned these two things. First, that yes, of course, we can have access to the information field of a client to see the patterns, the wrong beliefs immediately. We can work with it, optimize it in the information field, but the whole transformation process, if it has to be done, it needs also the action of the client.
Yes.
So we need also to encourage people to take action. And on the other hand, action plus changing the attitude towards ourselves, changing the relation with ourselves, with themselves, for them. Many times, and I know that you experience it too, many times people first don't know what we are talking about when we are saying relationship with ourselves. What do you think? Do you know what I mean? Don't you?
Yes. I will give you an example. in Romania, because of the communist regime, all the work that was provided at international level in the years of communism, this work, from psychology, from sociology, from social psychology, this is the domain that I specialized in, is called social psychology. Yeah, how a person is behaving in a society, in a group. So this information was forbidden. People, they weren't allowed, they weren't encouraged to speak with themselves, to have a positive inner dialogue, to do awareness exercises, to do introspection, to take notes about their emotional states and about their limiting beliefs. You can feel this too alone if you are aware about yourself and about your progress in life, if you want to progress, yes? So we didn't have this access. So when I went to university, we had this huge gap that people from other continents, they don't have this gap. So if, for example, we go to another country which is not in Southeastern Europe, maybe they can laugh about our let's say, obstacles or struggles, but we are in the same boat.
Yes, I think that people from Poland perfectly understand what do you mean, because you know, my dear, that we experienced in Poland from 1945 until 1989 also this huge communistic prison. Let's say it like it was, prison. And when people were forced to struggle how to buy toilet paper, what to give to eat to the children, when they had the space for thinking about relation with themselves. I beg your pardon, yes?
Yeah, the focus on was on the survival mechanism.
Of course. And then after this change, in 90s, the beginning of 2000, finally, we found out, okay, there is much more. When we don't struggle, when we don't need to be afraid, there is so much more to experience. And there was this relationship with ourselves, both for men, but also for women. And I know that you are a leader in your country in supporting women to love themselves. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Because in Romanian culture, unfortunately, men accept the communist regime, the education, the lack of education in whole society led to women to be like victims of abusing husbands. You know, the women, they weren't allowed to have financial independence. So they were in a codependent relationship with a husband, or if you had the courage to divorce, this was a big label from the society. I divorced, I'm an example that I divorced when I was 27, because I realized that we are not on the same page, and I had the courage. Yes. But back then I was blamed, I was judged, that this is women, they don't do this, you know.
Yes, yes.
It's like you are excluded from the society if you dare to respect your values, if you dare to respect your life principles, your personal needs, you know, because when I was 27, I was speaking about this in public. I have this identity. This is who I am. This is what I treasure. And people, they were saying, "Oh my God, you are so independent. You have this mindset that you are very independent. Who do you believe will marry you?" Because you are not easy to control. Because you have your private thinking.
And this is about all is about this being not easy to control, this freedom.
Yeah, I'm a free person. Freedom is one of my values. That's why I become entrepreneur when I was 25. I mean, the first in my family. No woman dared to become entrepreneur in our family, if you can imagine, you know?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, so I put an intention because I was working with intentions. I told you 10 years before encountering TimeWaver, and everything changed. I mean, everything made sense for me finally.
And look how it was connected. Yes, it
Yes.
was so much your intention from the past and all your path step by step to TimeWaver. And how was your beginning with TimeWaver in 2017? How was it that you started to work with this device?
Yes, so I had this amazing chance, and I'm very grateful to be invited to see a presentation of TimeWaver devices from a medical doctor who was invited by one of my friends, close friends in Romania. He is a medical doctor and offered us a presentation of TimeWaver from the medical perspective. And I was a part. I was lucky to be there. But when I saw the potential, I'm very curious by nature. I'm also I like to experiment, and I started to put questions. And this was in January 2017, and then in April, the close friends that bought these devices to be presented in Romania, they bought the first devices, and we got the first training with Stefan from TimeWaver amazing team. And in those 2 days, when Stefan came to Romania and presented his way of working with TimeWaver, believe me, I had this feeling inside of me that I touched God.
I know what you are talking about.
Yes. It's that, okay, I dreamt so much about this happening to be real in my life, and I was so happy. And I said, I saw the potential for me personally and for my family. I will explain why I say this, and also the potential for my clients. And believe me, Dobroslawa, since that April, I use TimeWaver. I don't want to say that every day, but it's very, very often. Yes. Because I like to make research, and I like to see and check patterns, limiting beliefs and emotional blockages. And why I say about me, because I was working with myself already to increase and to become more aware. But since that moment, my awareness increased. I cannot explain, but people they knew me before 2017, and people who they see me now after 6 years of working, day and night. They say about me, I am a different person, better version of myself.
It's a quantum leap. Yes, it's a quantum leap. Stefan was also the one I told you last time when we've been talking, who had the first training with me. And I remember him saying that working with TimeWaver can change us and can make us and our potential blossom.
Yes.
And at that time, I believed him what he said. But first, when I experienced this, when I felt this quantum leap of, you know, possibilities, and it's not like only step by step, because it's happening like a fractal, you know, that you can experience not only yourself being on this quantum leap of the best version of you, but also your relatives, your family, also your relationship. Everything is starting to find its place, I would say. To find its place, the perfect superposition.
I totally agree. I just want to add something more. Because I started to work with perceptions, as I said, impression management, perception management from many years ago. This led me, and of course the energy of the nonverbals. This led me to be in high contact with my intuition. I'm a very intuitive and highly empathic person. I can feel the emotions. If a person is in front of me, like you are right now, we are, even though we are not in the same space, I can calibrate and I can feel your energy and I can feel how you feel from here. But I'm not intrusive. I don't jump on people and say, oh, I feel this about you. I just I receive questions. If people they are curious, I say what I feel. And I trust my intuition. And from 2017, how TimeWaver helped me, and Healy as well, how both devices that they helped me, I felt them like extensions of my empathy and my intuition. It's like I'm having a very reliable partner next to me. Just in case if I need more support and more encouragement and more clarity, I'm positive that is always there. And up to now, they never disappointed me. On contrary, I gain more and more access to intuition, to the invisible world that I know is there now, you know?
Yes, and it is so wonderful that 2019, Healy appeared on the market like a little child of TimeWaver, which could be used and can be still used by people all around the world at home. I'm using Healy, I can say almost every day. Even though before, for example, when I was going for vacation and I took my TimeWaver with me, you can laugh, but you know, each time when I went for, let's say, 2 weeks vacation, I took my suitcase with my TimeWaver and TimeWaver was traveling with me. And now I'm taking Healy, and it's also a huge support for me. But I wanted to ask you one more question. what do you think? How do you feel? What your intuition is saying you? Why is it important for people to participate in our Holistic Congress TimeWaver and Healy Coherent Together in November 18?
First of all, why I accepted your invitation, and I'm very grateful. From my perspective, right? I'm always curious to come and see and to learn and to see other experiences of other professionals. Mm-hmm. And you have this magic hand, that magic brain, magic heart. You have something inside of you that attracted in this Congress specialists and professionals that I treasure very much. I would like to mention Christiane Brandt.
Yes.
Her book is the first book. I have it here in my library in the back. Her book. When I opened her book, it was like a revelation.
Yeah.
Because she took this a lot of time to put her experience together in a the handbook for professionals. I didn't feel alone. Yes. When I learned about her, the first book, which is the general one. Yes. Then I discovered her book that is focused in the business world, which I was very interested. I participated in the trainings that she offered in the TimeWaver congresses when we could travel. Yeah. before pandemic. Yes, I followed the TimeWaver Biz, her course. So I really appreciate, and I'm very grateful that she's a pioneer in this work.
Yes, she's amazing.
And she's amazing. She's very knowledgeable. And then I want to mention Michael Dance. That my relationship with Michael, it's way beyond this universe. Every time when I have a question, when I need something, he will jump and offer an idea to exchange something, or a little information that will, I will feel protected, and I feel that somebody's helping me right away from TimeWaver team. And I'm sure, I don't know personally the rest of the speakers, but I'm sure you gather together amazing professionals. So yes. Each one of us will share from our own experience with practical examples and our story.
Yes, exactly. This is important, that we will share with people not only theory. I would say the main part of this Congress will be sharing how we use it in our daily practice first, and the stories of people, case studies of our clients which experienced this transformation. And this is the most, I think, important pearl value, what you said now, which will bring us all together.
And also our presence. Yes. I'm very, very honored that we will meet face to face. It's very important because we will be there. Your people in the audience can come to us and ask questions, and we can exchange contacts. We can build relationships. That, I'm always positive to offer demonstrations, the way how I use, yes. Because in this domain that we are all together, that we are in the healing arts all together, we are healing artists.
Yes,
is not a place for competition, because we will need Dobroslawa. 1,000 women like you, 1,000 women like Christiane Brandt, 1,000 like me, 1,000 like Michael, and so on. And the world still needs more specialists and more professionals, you know?
Amen. I completely agree. And that's why, that's why I invited you, because we are in resonance when we are talking about this being together, connecting without this competition thought, which actually we don't need here, because the more you will be the change for the world, the more the world will give you this all good energy back. So we all will profit from the change.
Yes, and I like to change the word competition with cooperation or collaboration.
Exactly.
For me, it's more meaningful that way. And I have here on my wall, I have some quotes that I like, and one quote that I really like, it's from I know you know, it's from Chinese master Lao Tzu, that said many years ago, said the following: if you want to wake up the entire humanity, you wake up. Yeah. If you want to eliminate suffering from all around the world, then eradicate what is dark and negative inside of you. Because the greatest gift that you can offer to humanity is your self-transformation.
Exactly.
So this is what we are going about. We are going to talk about in the Coherent Together Congress. Is that we will speak from each of us from our own perspective about self-transformation. How you transform yourself to become the best version, a better version. What do you desire to happen to yourself? It's possible. Only that you need to set up that intention that you want to transform yourself.
And make the first step. Especially, I think now, because we are in a period of time in our era, let's say, that it can be very challenging. Everything is changing very fast, and there are obstacles. Few of them are absolutely new. So the way we can create a better world is first, that what you said, to do it in ourselves, and then to spread this energy outside, and second, to connect and cooperate for the better world, for us, for our children, for other people. That's why I'm so happy for this 18 November, my dear.
Yeah, me too.
Very happy.
I'm looking forward. And the people who are interested, the people who will see our short, let's say, interview, because we have a lot to speak. We can make a series of interviews.
We could, talk for ages. I know we both, yes.
They can take this first action to be present. Yes. Because I'm sure, and I know that from every Congress that we both participated in TimeWaver, in that moment, a special information field energy will be there, and I'm sure that they will have I call them Eureka moments. They will have like popcorn that they will pop, ideas, connections, desires, what everybody they will need, they will come into their heart, into their mind, to do the best to become reality.
Yes, exactly.
A different reality.
Yes, the different reality, and just to really help the people understand and experience that using TimeWaver and Healy, as I wrote in the invitation to the Congress, is a kind of commitment for a life which has value, and commitment for creating also a field of immense possibilities for us all. What I wish you, me, and all the people which will come to our event, my dear. So, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for your efforts, my dear. Thank you for your intention that now will become reality in November 18th. And I'm looking forward to see you again and to meet new people and to make new collaboration and a new awareness to come from this amazing Congress.
Thank you, my dear. I will allow myself to say few sentences at the end in Polish to invite our audience to the Congress. Moi drodzy, dziękuję bardzo dr Mihaeli Stroe za ten cudowny interview, za tą rozmowę, która na pewno też dla niejednego z Was będzie inspiracją. Zapraszam Was bardzo, bardzo serdecznie 18 listopada do Poznania. W Concordia Design zaczynamy wczesnym rankiem i kończymy późnym wieczorem. Na dole umieszczę link do konferencji. Na evenea można kupić bilety. Jeszcze bilety są. A tymczasem dziękuję. Thank you very much, my dear, and see you in Poznań. Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye.